Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I just want to brief you in because this background and setting right now was filmed separately from what I'm about to get into. Basically what happened is while I was filming my top tools and tips and foods for effective weight loss, or just to maintain a healthy lifestyle, I was realizing as I was going along that there were things in the food category that I was leaving off, and I felt that I wanted to make sure that I had everything ready and available so that I could show you and give you guys examples of exactly what I use on a day-to-day basis. I wanted to go ahead and put this video out there for my top tools and tips for now, and then I'm going to do another video later on and on the top food. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I will be discussing and sharing with you my top tips and tools for effective weight loss. So if you're interested in seeing what my tips and tricks are and product recommendations, then keep on watching. Keep on watching. So number one, you got to have a positive mindset, because there's nothing worse than doubting yourself and then you stop yourself from beginning anyway. So with the positive attitude, you're allowing yourself change, you're allowing yourself to try new things. And some people in the beginning are very skeptical on change. Some people don't like change, but how else can you change the way you look or your health with staying the same? You have to change something. Something's got to give. The second tip I have for you guys is find something that motivates you. For example, what motivates me is being able to run after my kids. This one day in particular, I went to the park. We went bike riding, and it was just me and my son, and we went pretty far to the park and deep into the woods, and we got to the park. And once we got there, I put the kickstand on my bike and got off my bike, and my son's like, "Come on, mommy, let's go in the jungle gym, let's do the monkey bars." And I'm like, okay, I'm running right behind him. And then when we get to the top of the jungle gym, I'm looking around, and it's reminded me that I want to be able to run around and keep up with him. I'm not saying that that's bad, to just let your kids run free while you just sit there and relax, because there's nothing wrong with that either. The feeling that I have when my son tells me, "Come on, mommy," for me to be able to get up and go, now that's what motivates me, being able to be active with them. So another thing that motivates me is people. So when I'm following, these fitness people or people who are real life, moms on the go, busy, they work and have kids, and they still have time to make sure that their health is a priority and that they have time to work out, then those are the people that I prefer to make sure that I look at. So first thing in the morning I get up, yes I do, check Instagram, like who doesn't, right? But I get on there and I see, because I follow so many pages, those are the first things that pop up for me. So it's just a constant reminder to get up and go, get up and move always. 3, avoid temptations at all costs. If you are really trying to shed pounds, and you know that you're very easily tempted. For example, whenever I go to my mom's house, it was a natural feeling for me. I don't know if this is, you guys can relate, but whenever I go to my mom's house, I have this switch in my brain that tells me that I can pig out. So the things that I always pig out when I go over there are micheladas, chicharrones, chips, anything with a lot of chile, lemon, and salt. Well, that was back then. So what I started doing now, and then she's incorporated it as well, is making sure that those things aren't around. And besides, those things really don't tempt me as much as they used to back then. So for example, when I know I'm gonna go to my mom's house, I'll make sure to bring my own snacks. So I know this may sound like, oh really, you're going overboard. But no, it's what makes me feel good, because I can't have that junk anymore like I used to, because it'll make me sick. So instead, I'll pack maybe a cup of Greek yogurt with some blueberries and a little bit of honey for sweetness. And I'm good with that. Boy, if you're that type of person that feels like every time you go somewhere, you're going to be easily tempted at somebody's house, then bring your own food. And then if you still feel like having that junk afterwards, go right ahead. But I promise you, you probably won't. And if you do, you ain't gonna eat all of it. So preparing yourself before you go somewhere is very key. Tip number 4. So have you ever had those feelings to where you finish eating your food and you're like, man, I'm still hungry? Well, before you think about going in for seconds, and this is in regards to like dinner or anytime that you're making a fresh meal for the family and you have a lot of, to go in for seconds, pace yourself. Drink a glass of water, allow the food to digest, and then think about it. Am I still hungry, or do I just want to eat that? Because there is a difference. There's a difference between being full and eating until you're not hungry. Keep that in mind. Tip number 5. It's very important to take pictures, take progress pictures. I was doing it, I think once every 2 weeks, depending on how much weight you're trying to lose and what your goal is. Make sure that you take those pictures in the same outfit, in the same lighting, in the same room, at the same time of day. Just because you make sure that you get it, consistent, so that you have something to compare to. Because child, let me tell you that scale can play games on you. And it's not a number game. It's about how you physically look in the mirror and how you feel when you're looking to achieve some results. Tip number 6, and that's gonna be my final tip for you guys for now, is try to get in at least 20 minutes a day of physical activity. Now, that does not mean mopping your house, sweeping the floors, vacuuming the floors, doing laundry, none of the normal chore stuff. I'm talking about something that's gonna get you up and going. And I keep saying that, but it's true. You gotta get yourself up and going. And the reason for that is you need to stimulate the blood in your blood. What? You need to stimulate the blood circulation. There you go. Because if you're like me, who sits behind a desk all day, then you're just sitting still. Now that's not good. The other thing is you need to get your heart pumping, because it's good exercise on your heart. So 20 minutes a day is all I did, from Clean Extreme to Pio. Now on some days it does, if you're following the calendar, it does require you to double up on some videos. But in most cases, 20 minutes a day is all you need. Now, hold up before you guys say, I don't have the time, I don't have 20 minutes a day. Well, let me tell you this, and correct me if I'm wrong, but how many minutes do you spend on the toilet, on your phone, on Instagram, on Snapchat, on Facebook, on Twitter, whatever the case is? How many minutes do you spend on the damn toilet? That scared me, Damien. In reality, how many minutes do you spend on the toilet? Knowing that you already did your business and just need to get your ass off that toilet. I can relate, because I'm one of them, but I still make sure to have at least 20 minutes of workout a day. Okay guys, so now on to my tools. So when I first started out, it was important for me to hit my numbers, because I had a goal of losing 10 pounds at least, which I passed the goal. But what helped me make sure that I was eating the correct ounces, the correct amount of ounces for when it came to my protein, because measuring out chicken and turkey, no other way for me to calculate how much I was eating, or making sure that I was eating enough. So I bought me this food scale, and I got this one from HEB, and it's the Biggest Loser food scale. It measures your ounces and your grams. So what I like to do is put a food container on top of it, then pour my food in it. So I'll put that on top of here first, see how much that weighs, and then add 4 ounces to that. So I always have 4 ounces of protein. This food scale cost me about, I want to say 15, maybe 20 bucks, if that. But again, this is a really, really good investment. Now I'm able to just eyeball it. So I really don't use this as often, but if I'm really trying to cut back and cut down on calories, or trying to make sure, or even go up in calories, then I need to make sure that I'm eating enough, or whatever the case may be. This tool would be a measuring tape. Now guys, like I said before, the scale, your weight scale, can fool you, because you may be gaining lean muscle and burning fat and you're not noticing a difference on the scale. but inches don't lie. So measuring yourself at least every 2 weeks will help you keep track of, you know, the body fat that you're losing. Speaking of body fat, the actual weight scale that I mentioned in my last video, I'll provide a link for that in the description box below. But that weight scale really, I mean, I know it's not 100% accurate, but it helped me, especially whenever I was last year, early part of last year, when I was really focused on hitting these numbers. But back then, when I was trying to hit my goals, my husband bought me a scale. It measures out my body fat percentage, my muscle mass, my bone density, my water retention, and then my actual weight. Now, the reason why this is important to me was because I wasn't so focused on the numbers as far as how much I weighed. I was more focused on losing the body fat percentage. You could potentially see the scale go up as far as how much you're weighing, but your body fat percentage could be going down and your muscle mass can be going up. So that's just a good way to, you know, make sure that what you're doing is correctly. My last tool is gonna be my Fitbit. This one right here is called Charge HR. That's what it looks like. And I like this one because it measures out, obviously, HR stands for heart rate. So this one measures out your heart rate. For me, I like to use this to know, so that I know how much I can push myself and if I can pass myself to that limit the next time I work out. If my heart rate's at about 164, that's about my max. That's about as much as I can go, and then I have to cool it down because then I start getting really like, woo, too much for me if I pass that 164 mark. The thing I really like about this watch is it calculates how many steps you take in a day. So for me, my goal is to take at least 5,000 steps in a day on the days I don't work out, and 10,000 steps on the days that I do work out. For some people, 5,000, 10,000 steps may be nothing, especially if you're in a field where you're walking around constantly. Now, because I sit behind a desk all day, that doesn't happen. So 5,000 steps for me on a day that I don't work out is ideal. So like I said, when I'm working out, I make sure that I hit those numbers regardless. If you didn't see, go watch my last video. The one way that I was able to get in the extra steps that I needed was by running my stairs 25 times. Yes, people, it is possible. So that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Now, again, there are so many tips and tools out there, and after I recorded this video, I know so much more things were coming to my mind. I just didn't want to overwhelm you guys all at once. So I will be creating more of these, and I hope you guys look forward to seeing more of my health and fitness lifestyle. So thank you guys for watching.